Hi, my name is Willie. I'm with 7x77 Cycles, and today we're doing a basic oil change on a 2011 Ultra Classic Limited. And what I'm going to show you today is Harley Davidson has this neat little thing called an oil catcher out there for your oil filter. And pretty much what this thing is it's just a funnel type deal. It's got a little hose on it here. You put this hose on, and what it does is it goes up in the engine compartment around the filter like so, slides up in there, and then your filter goes in there. And then when you take your filter off, as you slide the filter off and the oil drains out, this catches it, goes down your drain tube and then into your drain pan. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is that it's a little difficult to use this with a stock Harley Davidson oil filter, and my answer to that is the K&M Performance oil filter. And the reason that it's easier to use this filter with the catcher is the fact that you got this fancy nut on the back. All you got to do is pop a socket on there and then screw it off, where with the stock filter you got to use either your belt style that wraps around the filter or your cap style that goes on the end to take the filter off, and it interferes with the catcher. So what we're going to do is we got a stock filter on this bike now that I'm going to be removing, and we're going to show you how it comes off with the catcher, and then we'll screw this K&N filter on here and show you how much easier it is to use the catcher with the K&N filter. Now, if you're one of those people that are worried about whether or not the K&N filter will perform as well as the stock Harley Davidson filter, all of your high flow air cleaners, whether it's a Screaming Eagle high flow or a Karaoke high flow or a Cobra high flow, every single one of them have K&N filters inside of them. So K&N builds and makes top quality products, and you have nothing to worry about with the K&N filter performing and doing its job. It's going to filter your oil just as well as your stock Harley Davidson filter. All right, let me get this camera moved around here so that and get you a nice shot here so you can see how this is going to work out. All right, I tried to get you the best shot of this that I could. Now, I've been playing with this a little bit off camera, and I've already noticed that the cap type will not even go on there with the catcher on there. Okay, now my head's going to get in the way here. I'll try to stay out of the way as best I can so you can see what I'm doing, but we're going to go ahead and put this catcher in here. I'll show you how to get this thing in here. Okay, so what you do is you kind of slide it in there so that it's more towards, or that it's not really in the position that it needs to be in, but you want it to be slid a little bit to the forward end, and then kind of slide it back in there until it's back in all the way. Okay, you got to kind of wiggle it around in there a little bit, and then once you're in there, you'll know, because it won't slide back in there anymore. Okay, so now it's in there. Now what I do is I go around the other side of the bike, check, make sure that it is over the block housing for where the oil filter flushes up. Okay, so let me check, make sure it's in there all the way. All right, and it is in there. Okay, now after that, you kind of slide this hose up through the bottom and kind of feed it on there a little bit, like so. And then of course make sure that your drain plug is, or your drain pan is down there. All right, now this belt type one, I don't like using this. It gets in there, it gets all bound up, it hits the frame of the bike, it messes with the hoses on the oil cooler. I don't like to use this, but in this situation with this catcher, there's no other way to get it off, so we're gonna go ahead and use it. And by no means is it easy to get it in here. kind of using the catcher as a guide to slide this belt in here, but like I said, it's still a pain in the butt. Okay, we got that thing tucked in there. Now here comes the fun part. And that's trying to get this ratchet in here and get the belt snugged up and then get the bar all positioned to where it doesn't beat the heck out of the bike. Okay, it's moving. As you can see, this is kind of a messed up way to get an oil filter off, but it is coming. One more time here will get us to where we can whip this filter off with our hands. Loose enough to where we can sneak in here and start moving the center of it. And thank God it is. No, it is. There she is. And as you can see, the oil catcher's caught the oil and she's draining out the hose down into the oil pan. So it did its job perfectly. But like I said, the fact that that stock filter is just way too much work to get it off there. And like I said, in my opinion, it just beats up your bike way too much. This thing's perfect if you don't have the catcher on it. This thing works really nice, but when you got the catcher on, you can't even use it. So, all right, so we'll get this catcher out of here and stuff, and we'll get that K&N filter on there, and then I'll show you how much easier it is to take that filter off with that catcher on there with the K&N filter. Okay, as you can see here, we got this K&N filter on here. Let's show you here the difference. Now we're not gonna, the bike doesn't have oil in it, so, and it's a brand new filter, so we're not gonna have the oil draining out of there, but I'm just gonna show you how much easier this is to do with the K&N filter over the stock Harley Davidson filter. Same deal here with this. Stick it in there, slide it all the way back, give it a twist. Now that's locked in. Now, of course, next is to hook the hose up. We're not going to have to do that because we don't have any oil going to be coming out of that. But then you take your socket, put it on there, loosen your filter, and you're done. Whole lot easier to do it like that than it is the other way. So, all right. Okay, this oil catcher by Harley Davidson, man, this is a cool little idea. I have never ever been able to change the oil on an Ultra without oil being dumped down the side of, or the front of the engine, into the frame areas, all over the wiring that's down in there, and even into the oil cooler. I like this thing. I mean, it's just a wonderful idea. It's a cool tool. The K&N filter. K&N's got it going on with that nut on the back of the filter like that. Makes things so much easier, so much nicer. Keeps your tools away from your bike. I like this thing. If you're looking to buy or purchase a K&N filter for your motorcycle, please visit us at 7x77cycles.com. Alright, I'm Willie. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it. Thank you.